Welcome back, folks, to Nerdio Commentaries Secret of Mana playthrough, part number 3. We've just seen Gemma off to Pandora, and now we're getting some information from Luca regarding the Mana Fortress and the Empire. It's very important information that you're going to forget 5 seconds later, so pay attention. Basically, what she's getting at here is find all 8 of the seeds across the land and use your sword to re-energize it, because the Empire is breaking the seals on these seeds, and only by doing so will they find the fortress. Finding the fortress is the bad thing to do. That's impossible, says me. Regain the sword's power first or all is lost, so you must get the sword back to full power. Which is a little confusing because the seeds, as you seal them, they actually affect how much magic your other characters can get. The only thing that makes the sword more powerful is the orbs you get from fighting bosses. For a moment, the seed and the sword became one. That is not an innuendo whatsoever. So apparently I can get power from the mana seed wherever I go, even though, as I say, it only really affects the magic aspect of things. And she gives me another mana weapon, the spear. There's 8 weapons in total you can get in this game, so that's number 2. There's some that are like long distance range. You can get a bow and arrow, a boomerang, and a pole dart, or a javelin. And those ones are pretty good. You can actually hit people at different levels if you're up on a higher ledge. You can also get the whip, which is a pretty fun thing, because there's parts where you get a whip across a chasm, and you can also smack a guy along the way as you do it. It's fun. Alright, let's just seal her off so she can't escape. Ain't I a stinker? There we go. Enjoy your solitude, lady. I have to go find what is essentially known as Gaia's belly button. So since I've already powered up with the sword, I've got it to level 1, I'm going to use the spear for a while. I believe the spear has slightly more power to begin with, but so you're probably thinking, why would you use the sword instead of the spear? Well, the sword, you can use it to cut down certain obstacles at some points, like flowers and bushes, I think. The spear can't do that. As far as whacking bad guys go, spear is pretty good. Now, why I didn't use it here, I do not know. And one goblin was chopping the other one in the head. It's quite the unique pecking order in the Goblin Society. Oh boy, what's for dinner, Mac? Me? Aw, crap! So goblins are going to cook me for supper, and I can't climb out because that's not how the plot goes. Meanwhile, the party is starting. So they're going to leave their food to simmer. And who's this lady? And why is she crouching down? Did she drop her contact lenses again? I can't see anybody. Fortunately, since the goblins are stupid enough to leave me alone, they don't notice somebody coming up to rescue me. I like how she calls me an idiot, like this was my choice. Alright, I have been rescued by a strange girl. Let's run. So, for whatever reason she was out here, she says she's been looking for someone. She thought I was him for a second. So she has to go off and find who she's looking for. Meanwhile, I have to go my own path anyway. So, all is right. Get past this Goomba again. Could you imagine Mario taking on Goombas with like a spear? That would be awesome. So now we're going to head down this way. This will take us to that Gaia's naval location. Just get a little bit more leveling up. Like, see right down below, those are those bushes I was talking about. The spear can't break those, but your sword can. I'm going to completely bypass that, because that actually is just a shortcut to get back up from the lower level. And who doesn't love finding treasure inside a flower? I like how you have to shake it and then smack it on the ground to open it. They don't just simply pick the lock. More treasure! Today we get 4 gold pieces! You can't buy half a crap with that. That thing I got earlier was the medical herb, and that is your basic status healing thing. Like if you get poisoned or burned or something, you can heal it with that. I like the breakdancing mushroom. And now he's dead. Just like all breakdancers wind up. So this is pretty simple hack and slash stuff along the way. It's kind of neat how this is sort of an RPG, like the leveling up aspect, but it's not a turn-based system. The only real taking your time aspect is waiting for your power to charge back up. Now my spear has reached level 1, which means at any time I wish, and I think I wish to now, I will charge up for a super strike. Look at that. The higher you charge your weapon to, like the different animations they'll make, so there's some that just look really, really awesome. There's, when you get like the gloves, you do this big aerial kick that you fly around the whole area. So now we're in Pandora, and the guard warns me not to talk to people, because apparently they're all stoned. Where's all the shiny colors, people? Where's all the Doritos? I'm hungry. I'm just going to skip past everybody for now, head right up to the castle. No guards to stop me. I guess it's an open door castle policy. There's southern ruins in the area. They're wearing strange masks down there. I'm sure that's not important. We'll ignore that. The Empire attacked us about 15 years ago. Thanks for the news flash. Something about a mana tree. That might come in important later on as well. People are acting strange. Well, people act strangely all the time. It's called being stoned. So, someone is caught into an arranged marriage. They should be upstairs now. Let's go intervene! Why not? I'm a guest in the castle. I got run of the place. And here we see my friend! The goblin repellent! Yes, I'm a swordsman. I'm quite a competent swordsman. Haven't you seen the rust? Okay, she needs my help for something, apparently. We're going to teach a witch a lesson. Save dialogue. Oh, Major Dialogue from earlier. The importantest man ever. So now we have to come up with a name for this character. Let's see. And there we have it. Welcome to the show, Pitt.
Hi, I'm back for another one.
Awesome. And you weren't feeling that good, so that's why this is a little delayed here, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do a commentary when your voice doesn't work.
I had a lot of voice cracks.
Yeah, so now that you're back, we can get moving with the adventure. Gemma says he's going to head to Gaia's navel. And meanwhile, we have a little situation to deal with your father, the king.
What's that?
He's supposed to be forcing you into an arranged marriage, I believe, which you don't want to do.
Nope.
Because you're in love with Dialogue.
Oh.
Who you say sounds like, what?
A duck name.
He actually looks sort of like he's got yellow feathers and stuff, too, when you see him. But meanwhile, we're going to be heading out. So,
running away.
As we're getting started here, you may notice that I'm actually in control of both characters because we haven't activated Player 2 yet. If Pitt wanted to take over as the girl, what you do is you press Start button on Controller 2, and she becomes the active player. So what are your first impressions of this game when you first got started in it?
It wasn't that hard to play. Like, the buttons were really easy. Yeah,
it is pretty simple. The only hard part, of course, is when you start running, you can't turn, you just run in a straight line. So we're going to stay here at the inn. Oh, wait a sec, $10. Forget that.
It gets more expensive later, though.
Yes, so we're just going to save the game, and we'll catch you in the next part.